Hello everyone, welcome back. I was asked a question today, how good do AR-15 and AK stocks need to be? And what we're talking about is this piece back here, on collapsible stocks that is adjustable, okay? And the most important thing is you don't want this to be a wobble stock, okay? On a lot of the economy rifles, you'll see a stock that looks like this, okay? And a lot of times if you go like this, it will wobble, okay? Not always, but often it will wobble, okay? And if you look on your rifle like this, what I did is, because when I got this rifle, the stock that came on it basically had a lot of wobble on it, so I replaced it with this Magpul stock, okay? Now here's the thing, when I replace the stock, and it's easy to replace, you just basically just pull this piece down over here, okay? And it's just a stock like this. Basically, you just grab onto this and you just pull it down, and then you just slide it back, okay? So it's really easy to take off and put back on. Like I said, it doesn't make a difference if you're just doing stand-up shooting, but if you're doing distance shooting, right, where you have the gun rested on the bag over here, right? Basically, you don't want any wobble back over here, especially if you got a bag back over here. Okay, so you don't want that wobble. So here's the thing: if you have a wobble stock, okay, basically you can replace it with, let's say, a Magpul or something like that. Don't throw out the stock. Hold on to it, because here's the thing: these tubes, right, and the various stocks, there's slight variances in them. Okay. First of all, there's two types of stocks. There's what we call mil-spec stocks and commercial stocks, and there's a very slight difference in them. But basically, you got to know if you have a mil-spec stock on your rifle or a commercial stock. Most rifles are going to have mil-spec, and if you Google it, you'll find the exact measurements. You can put calipers on, and you can figure that out by measuring it with calipers. I've been lucky; all of my stocks on every rifle have been mil-spec stocks, so it makes it a lot easier. So basically, with all these rifles that I have, I've only had to buy two stocks, okay? Because what I did is, I bought two stocks, two of these Magpul stocks. I put it on there. I held on to those stocks, and then later on, as I was getting different rifles, what I would do is I would just basically test out the different stocks. So, for example, the stock that's on this AK originally was a wobble stock. It looked just like this, right? It was, because this is one of the cheap economy stocks that you get. It looked just like this, but what I did is I tested out a bunch of them until I found one that had a really nice tight fit. And this is really snug, and there's really no wobble on this. Okay. Now, one of the things to be aware of is with these economy stocks, the adjustment release is down here, and you basically push up on it, as compared to let's say a Magpul one, or some of these other stocks where it's like up here, nice and tucked. And this is important. Like if you're shooting and you're taking, let's say, a sniper hold, right, and you have the here, so you got the gun rested, let's say, on the bag over here, right? So let's say I'm back here like this, and what I'm doing back here is I'm using this angle over here. I'm sliding the stock kind of back and forth to get the right elevation. Okay. So this button is pretty close to my hand as I hold this position here, and I'm basically just kind of squeezing the bag to get the perfect lift. Okay, so with this type of a stock, it's basically protected, so you cannot hit it. With this kind of a stock, because of the way it sticks down, it's possible for your hand to hit it, especially when the rifle fires. So this piece over here basically extends like a little further back. So what I did is I just took a hacksaw and I basically just cut it. All right, so I just cut it because you don't need a whole lot of leverage in order to adjust this. So I just cut it to a point where I can just get a finger in there. Right, I can just get a finger in there and adjust it when I need to adjust it. So simply cutting this off fixes that problem. So I'm not saying, if you've got like one good rifle, yeah, by all means get the, get a good stock on for it, get the Magpul stock. But for all your other backup rifles, for your spare rifles, keep these cheap stocks and just swap them around until you find one that fits it well. And then just cut that piece off so it's not in the way, okay? Now, the other thing with stocks is I like hanging a sling off the stock, and I've done a prior video on slings. You guys can look at, can look for it. I like to put a QD mount. Okay, so basically the sling attaches to this QD mount because that's really easy for me to adjust. If I want to adjust it, move it back here, right? Or if I want to move it back to here. Same thing up here. I've got this QD mount here. If I want, I can bring it up there. So I can really quickly change the positions of all this. Now on the stock, I like having it on the outside, and I like having it up on the stock because it really controls the rifle. It controls the rifle really well, especially if I move this further up. It's really, without having to adjust straps and everything, just by moving it further up, the rifle is now a lot tighter on my body. Okay, and then if I, very quickly with the push of a button, okay, I can bring this further back to another hole that's on the rail. Okay, now the reason why I like having this, I like mounting this on the outside, is when I come up like this, right? I can, if I want to do a transition, I can quickly and easily do a transition, okay, without choking myself with the sling. Okay, so that's the reason why I like mounting the sling on the outside of the stock. And also it's very controlled. If I want to throw this over my back, get this out of my way, the gun is controlled. Okay, get this back off now. I haven't quite sized it to this thick jacket that I'm wearing. There we go. All right, so now here's the thing. What if you have one of these cheap stocks? They don't come with this piece over here. So what you do is you go on eBay, right? And you buy a QD socket. Yeah. I'm gonna have to take a little cold today, but okay. So you go on eBay and you buy one of these QD sockets. Okay, and what happens is this socket over here, this piece over here, you put that, there's a hole back here. So you just get a screw and a nut and a washer, and you basically attach that. You drill a hole in the plastic over there. You drill a hole in the plastic, like I did over here, and you basically run it through. And then, really easy and quickly, you've taken this cheap stock and you've turned it into something, very useful, very effective. Okay, so that's the quick, easy solution to that. And the cool thing is that these things only cost about $3 if you get them on eBay. Okay, you do have to wait something like like almost a month for them to ship it to you. They come from China, but these things are $3, with the socket. Okay, and you use a number. You get these nut and bolt sets. It's size number 8, 8-32 by 1/2. Okay, and it basically comes with the nut, and you need a little washer. And what you do is you just attach it to your stock, and then all of a sudden you've just turned your cheap stock, into an expensive stock. Okay, so by all means, if you got you're gonna have one rifle that you're probably gonna deck out with, and you're gonna have that as your queen, right? But as your safe queen. But then all the other spare rifles, you probably don't want to throw a ton of money into them. So keep these spare stocks, put them onto them, and like I said, just look for one that has a nice tight fit. Okay, that doesn't move too much. Cut that little piece off of here a little bit, and then mount the QD mount over here, and you're good to go. So if you guys got any questions, comments, let me know. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up, share it, hit that bell button so you get notification of my new videos. Talk to you guys next time.